Do you consider Benavidez?
We'll see. We'll see. We 100% focus on this fight, but everything is possible.
Benavidez grew tired of waiting and pursuing a fight with Canelo, so he decided to take matters into his own hands and handle it the traditional way.
Man, right? If you got another man coming in your house, coming in your sport, whatever you want to call it, bro, and he's calling your name, he's doing the same thing you doing, he fighting, and you the guy.
Some time ago, he walked up to Canelo and mocked him for the way he had been staying away from the fight.
Put up the 250 million.
I mean,
would you negotiate down?
no less than 200.
No less than 200.
Ooh.
All right, let's get 200. Hey, y'all, enough people in the room. Let's get the money. But you deserve it.
I deserve it. Look,
yes.
They always asking for a fight.
Benavidez had previously stated that Canelo is not as technically skilled as many fans believe, and claimed that one of his strongest performances happened after he relieved himself before the fight.
So for me, that's why I feel like I see Canelo Alvarez and I see like he's not as good as everybody thinks. Because the best one that fought Golovkin that first time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
For as long as David Benavidez can remember, he has wanted to fight with Canelo Alvarez. And throughout this pursuit, he has continued to repeat one message, that in his view Canelo is afraid to face him and keeps finding excuses to avoid the matchup. In several interviews, Benavidez has said that if someone does not want to fight him, they should be honest about it, because to him, it only makes them look frightened.
Number one, baby.
But it seems that still was not enough for him, and recently he decided to confront Canelo in person. Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez ended up face to face in a heated encounter where the two fighters briefly clashed in a tense and intense scuffle.
It's his weight class. 75 is his weight class, and you know he do nothing in 175. Really? No, he's not that.
For a long time, Benavidez has insisted that he is a stronger challenge than the opponents Canelo has faced before, suggesting that if the fight ever happens, it would be extremely tough. Benavidez has stated that he has taken on harder competition and promised that if they meet, he would give Canelo the toughest fight of his career.
When is he going to answer that call? Because it's his duty.
His confidence in beating Canelo has never changed. He has said that he possesses the skill and the power and believes he can defeat him, adding that it is only a matter of time before Canelo runs out of excuses.
Like I say, if the money is right, I mean, I always fought with everybody you ask, Golovkin, everybody you mentioned me.
Canelo, known for his calm and controlled attitude, has responded to Benavidez's remarks by keeping his attention on the challenges in front of him. His team has insisted they are not avoiding the matchup, explaining that Canelo is focused on other opponents for now, and that a fight with Benavidez will happen at the right time. But Benavidez sees that explanation as another excuse, saying that Canelo knows he would beat him and is afraid of damaging his image.
But he is his weight class, the 175, and I don't really want to say what he's need to do to.
However, Benavidez is not only certain that he would defeat Canelo, he also believes that Canelo is not as skilled as many people claim. During a recent appearance on $1 Million Worth of Game, David Benavidez once again spoke about his longtime desire to face Canelo Alvarez.
So he's not going to be a million miles away from 200 pounds in the ring. He'll have at least a stone on Canelo. So it's a tough fight.
Benavidez, who showed his abilities in his most recent bout against Oleksandr Gvozdyk at 175 pounds, stated that he believes Canelo is on the lower side in comparison.
I've heard everybody that's been in front of me, and Canelo's no different. And I will hurt him too, and I'll take all
his showing against Gvozdyk demonstrated both his strength and skill, making a strong argument for why he deserved the fight with Canelo. Benavidez also brought up Canelo's 2018 positive test for the banned substance clenbuterol, a topic that remains a point of debate within the boxing community.
He turns the opponent for break.
That is easy, Snake. Now we see Benavidez cooking both.
Right.
Look how comfortable
Used to chopping down
Benavidez is.
the physicality from Gvozdyk.
He didn't hold back in the interview, stating that the best version of Canelo was the one competing despite drugs, and insisting that he is not as talented as everyone believes.
This Canelo came out, the one that you guys seen that fought Triple G the first time. Bro, dude popped dirty for clenbuterol, bro.
This comment is a direct challenge to Canelo's legacy and achievements. Canelo, who had a draw with Gennady Golovkin in their first bout, had to fight to restore his reputation after testing positive for clenbuterol, which he said came from tainted meat. The controversy around this incident has persisted, with Benavidez and others continuing to question the validity of Canelo's success. Here's another point David made. He said that when the greatest version of Canelo faced Triple G, the first time he tested positive for clenbuterol, Benavidez's claim raises doubts about both the timing and impact of Canelo's positive test.
Clenbuterol, that was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
Well, that was the best Ryan Garcia I ever seen.
He guaranteed he took it. He said that he ate meat that was tainted in Mexico.
David questioned why the second fight didn't happen immediately, saying that the Canelo he saw then was the best version he had ever witnessed, but added that it was Canelo competing while using steroids. His remark suggests that without performance-enhancing drugs, Canelo might not be as dominant an opponent.
The second fight didn't happen. So for me, seeing that was the best Canelo I've ever seen. But that was Canelo off steroids. Everybody else that he's fought.
Benavidez went on to criticize Canelo's past opponents, saying that fighters like Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe, and Caleb Plant were all weak. By downplaying the quality of Canelo's competition, Benavidez positions himself as a far tougher challenge. He believes these opponents never match the level of skill and power that he would bring to the ring, and is confident that his abilities exceed those of Canelo's recent foes, making a matchup between them not just needed, but unavoidable.
He fought Daniel Jacobs. He fought, what the f is his name? Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. These guys are all weak, bro.
He also challenged Canelo's explanation for the positive test, claiming that he ate tainted meat in Mexico. Benavidez said he spoke to sources who told him that for Canelo to test positive from just a piece of meat, he would have had to consume an entire cow. His doubt about Canelo's defense highlights the ongoing controversy and skepticism surrounding the incident.
People, they said for him to test positive off a piece of meat, he would have had to eat the whole cow.
Let me ask you this question, though.
His comments imply that the tainted meat story is unlikely, further fueling doubts among those who question Canelo's integrity.
Like, at the end of the day, we just want to see the best out of the best, and I want to challenge myself because I want to be the best as well. So this guy, man, I've been having the belt. I've been number one.
But now, it's a time to ask for me, right? If they want me to fight them, they need to pay me.
Benavidez's ongoing criticism, combined with his strong performances in the ring, could push Canelo to finally accept a fight. Perhaps Canelo hasn't been fully exposed to everything Benavidez has said, and hearing it might trigger a response. Benavidez appears to be trying to provoke Canelo into the ring by challenging his pride and legacy, while pressure from fans and media continues to heighten the tension between them. Even years later, there is still a shadow over Canelo's reputation. From what happened in 2018, the cloud of doubt remains for many fans. And for David Benavidez, this uncertainty about Canelo's integrity is something he is eager to highlight by repeatedly bringing up the clenbuterol scandal. Benavidez keeps the controversy alive, and in the public spotlight, this approach not only challenges Canelo's past, but also builds anticipation for a potential fight between the two fighters.
Nothing to the table for me. Just he brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it.
Now David Benavidez made a strong statement in his move to the light heavyweight division, defeating Oleksandr Gvozdyk on Saturday night to claim the interim WBC championship. This would mark a major milestone in Benavidez's career, demonstrating that he can compete successfully at a higher weight and against experienced opponents.
Canelo fight was a good fight. It went exactly how I expected, but hats off to both fighters.
I moved up in weight, won every round, and dominated a former world champion and Olympian. Benavidez said after the fight that while he may have exaggerated a bit since the judges' scores showed a closer contest, It was clear he controlled most of the bout. His relentless style kept Gvozdyk constantly on the back foot, unable to mount a steady defense. Benavidez's record now sits at 29 wins, with no losses, including 20 by knockout, solidifying his position as a powerful presence in the boxing world despite facing obstacles before the fight, such as a re-injured hand and a cut 3 weeks prior. His performance was impressive and commendable.
Body shot and Gvozdyk again. The left uppercut, but then Gvozdyk able to counter with a sharp ring their country with the left of Oleksandr.
I landed a few shots. Benavidez said he noticed I wasn't throwing many combinations because I re-injured my hand in the 3rd round. I had torn my right tendon weeks before the fight and also hurt my left hand in camp. I'm proud of myself because even with a cut 3 weeks out, I pushed through and delivered a strong performance for the fans.
Body shot and Gvozdyk again.
Benavidez's dominance was clear as he landed 42.8% of his punches, showing both precision and power, while Gvozdyk connected with only 23.3%. Benavidez's effectiveness, especially with power shots, made the difference. He threw 349 power punches and landed 163, many targeting Gvozdyk's body. By the 4th round, Benavidez was firmly in control, pushing Gvozdyk back and hitting him with combinations. Despite taking heavy early punishment, Gvozdyk stayed composed, demonstrating his toughness and experience. Reflecting on the fight, Gvozdyk admitted Benavidez performed better, saying he wished he had done more early on, but acknowledged the scores were fair and expressed interest in a rematch, showing respect and the competitive spirit between both fighters. Moving up to light heavyweight opens new doors for Benavidez. His performance as a -500 favorite at BetGM highlighted his potential in a higher weight class. His aggressive style and punching ability translate well, making him a serious threat at 175 pounds. Benavidez has also made it clear he wants to continue competing at super middleweight, stating that if he drops to 168, there are big fights waiting, and he wants the chance to become a 4-time world champion, whether against Canelo or another top opponent.
Definitely stay at 175 now, or do you want to invoke your mandatory right again with Canelo Alvarez?
No, I definitely want to invoke my mandatory right. It's something that works.
The chance for a fight with Canelo Alvarez remains alive, and Benavidez has been outspoken about wanting the matchup, believing it would be a huge fight with a major payday for both fighters. That would be a big fight, Benavidez said, while also noting he needs time off to let his hand heal. The prospect of a Benavidez versus Canelo clash has fans and analysts buzzing, as it promises to be a high-stakes, action-packed showdown.
So I'm going to go down to 168, win another world title, if it's with Canelo or whoever. I mean, I'm ready to be 4-time world champion.
During his post-fight press conference, Benavidez shared a heartfelt moment with his 3-year-old son Anthony. The young boy stood on the stage throwing a flurry of quick combinations, stealing the spotlight, and ending his brief 10-second display by saying who he wants to see face his father next, Canelo. This moment was both heartwarming and a reflection of Benavidez's motivation to secure a fight with Canelo. He's going to be a world winner, Benavidez said with a big smile. Yet this came after he openly expressed his frustration over the Canelo fight. To be honest, I did everything possible to make that fight happen, Benavidez told CBS Sports during Thursday's media day, clearly showing his disappointment as he recounted his attempts to get about with Canelo Alvarez.
So now my son, he's gonna be world champion soon too. So in the future, so I'm really happy.
David Benavidez confidently proclaimed that he has beaten the fighters people said he couldn't, and despite being a WBC contender for the past 3 years, he faced obstacles that kept him from fighting Canelo Alvarez. He stated that the only reason the fight hasn't happened is that Canelo doesn't want it, knowing Benavidez would take all of his titles. Despite this, Benavidez has remained focused on his career and accomplishments, showing that his in-ring performance speaks louder than words. He recently moved up to light heavyweight, defeating Oleksandr Gvozdyk to claim the interim WBC belt, landing 42.8% of his punches compared to Gvozdyk's 23.3%, controlling the fight with power shots and combinations, and demonstrating dominance even while dealing with a re-injured hand and a cut weeks before the bout. With a 29-0 record and 20 knockouts, Benavidez is establishing himself as a force at 175 pounds while still expressing interest in returning to super middleweight at 168 to unify titles and pursue his goal of becoming a 4-time world champion. He also reflected on his motivation to face Canelo, emphasizing that it's about proving himself as the best in his weight class rather than blaming Alvarez directly for delays. Benavidez has consistently called out Canelo's past opponents as weak, questioned the legitimacy of his 2018 positive clenbuterol test, and highlighted his own readiness by sparring with top fighters like Benavidez and Gvozdyk, performing exceptionally. Meanwhile, boxing legend Timothy Bradley echoed similar criticism, calling out Canelo for avoiding high-level competition and stating that fans want to see him face Benavidez rather than lesser-known fighters. Bradley stressed that for Canelo to maintain his pound-for-pound status, he needs to defend his title against deserving challengers, particularly someone like Benavidez, who has earned his position and is ready for a high-stakes, action-packed fight.
Bro, and if you being Canelo Alvarez and you have any pride in your dignity and you and your skills, I don't care. Step up and face that.